With me here in the studio, our political editor, Andrew Clennell. Andrew, you yesterday were a little bit critical of Labor not coming with enough energy off the back of an election triumph. Did they improve today?
Probably listened to us. They very much improved today. They were on the counter-attack. They were doing what you should do as a new government, which is really present some strength and use the short time you have to have a go at the previous government's record, and they did that. I was going to ask if you were going to congratulate Milton Dick on becoming Speaker because everyone else is in there. Anyway, look, I'm going to show you 4 examples of... Sorry, that joke fell a bit flat. They can't punt, Kieran. That's the thing. That's why they're all doing it. You know that. And we'll show you that in a minute. But there's 4 examples here I want to show you of the government on the attack. Here's the PM first.
I refer to reports that the construction watchdog investigated Mr Luke Gibson, who allegedly told a female work safety officer to go call the police, "Off you go, you effing dog," followed by the C word. By dissolving the construction watchdog, why is the Prime Minister prioritising what the CFMEU wants over what women on work sites need?
It's wrong in any workplace. And I've heard people sworn at in this place too. I've heard people behave badly in this workplace too. I'll tell you what the government is doing. We're adopting all 55 recommendations of the Jenkins report. All 55. Today of all days, I would have thought if you were going to ask a question about domestic violence, you might have asked a question or indeed endorsed the legislation that was introduced just this morning for 10 days paid domestic and family violence leave.
Here's more of the government on the counter-attack. Tanya Plibersek.
In the 2 months that I've been the Environment Minister, I have already contracted almost 2 gigalitres of water towards this 450 gigalitre target. Order. I have done as much, I have contracted as much in 2 months as those opposite have delivered in almost a decade. I'll be meeting...
Now have a go at this. This is Treasurer Jim Chalmers doing what I said he didn't do yesterday and getting stuck in.
And I listened to the Shadow Treasurer earlier on responding to the statement that I gave to the Parliament. And in that 14 minutes of absolute dribble from the Shadow Treasurer, what I noticed was the fake indignation that we hear from those opposite would be far more convincing if they hadn't been in government for the best part of a decade and created all of the challenges that the new government is now left to deal with. To the member for Hume, when these geniuses write you a question which has something to do with energy prices, you should say no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. Because, mate, I would be happy if you asked me 11 questions a day about the energy market.
And here's Anthony Albanese on the attack again in response to a foot and mouth disease question and whether the government's done enough.
They talk about foot and mouth disease.
The member for Page.
People coming in and whether shoes have been checked off enough. This is the same mob that let the Ruby Princess come in. A bit more noticeable than a pair of shoes was Dr. Sydney Harbour. Everyone got off and brought COVID in. That was on your watch.